Kevin Sheridan is in our Washington newsroom. He was communications director for Paul Ryan when Ryan was Mitt Romney's running mate in 2012. Kevin, thanks for being with us.
Thank you.
All right, so we have this joint statement from the meeting, and we heard Speaker Ryan talk to reporters. What do you hear in those accounts?
Well, I think you saw a Speaker of the House who was dealt some tough cards, who had no great options, and saw a party that was ready to break up, potentially warring factions within the party, and decided that this was a moment where he could step in and pause and start a conversation with our presumptive nominee, many of who, in our party still have doubts about, but he thinks that, there's a way to bridge that divide and start the conversation that, maybe we can bring everyone under one tent and we can go forward as, a unified-ish party.
Ish is the key, though. That's a big detail.
Yeah, so, look, House members are going to have to run their races. Senate members are going to have to run their races. Donald Trump is running on a platform that may be slightly separate from them. Paul Ryan's looking for ways to bring everyone together and be able to focus the party on victory in November, both over Hillary Clinton in the Senate and the House.
Kevin, I want to play another clip from Speaker Ryan about exactly why he's hesitant to endorse Donald Trump. Let's take a listen.
The process of unifying the Republican Party, which just finished a primary about a week ago, perhaps one of the most divisive primaries in memory, takes some time. Look, there are people who are for Donald Trump, who are for Ted Cruz, who are for John Kasich, who are for Marco Rubio and everybody else. And it's very important that we don't fake unifying, we don't pretend unification, that we truly and actually unify so that we are full strength in the fall. I don't want us to have a fake unification process here. I want to make sure that we really truly understand each other and that we are committed to the conservative principles that make the Republican Party, that built this country. And again, I'm very encouraged. I heard a lot of good things from our presumptive nominee, and we exchanged differences of opinion on a number of things that everybody knows we have. There are policy disputes that we will have. There's no two ways about it. Plenty of Republicans disagree with one another on policy disputes, but on core principles. Those are the kinds of things that we discussed. And again, I'm encouraged.
All right, so Kevin, break this down for us. Who are the different constituencies here that Speaker Ryan is communicating a message to?
Well, you've got movement conservatives. Paul Ryan comes from the ideas wing of the party. He wants to kind of, rebrand conservatism as a way to fight poverty and to keep, open trade with other countries and shore up our national security. There's the movement conservatives who care about social issues, who are very suspect of Donald Trump right now and whether or not he's actually committed to their issues. And then there's, establishment and mainstream conservatives who have their own issues with Donald Trump's tone and his the way he's approached, his opponents. So he's trying to bring all of these various factions together. There was 40% of the party who strongly supported Donald Trump in the primaries, and now there's another 50% of the party that is either there because they want to win in November or not quite there yet. And he's trying to speak to them and let them know that he hears them. He wants to hear more from Donald Trump, and Donald Trump needs to step up and speak to those people. So that's what the situation is at this moment.
Yeah, a lot of different interests there to navigate through. Well, there's still a lot of daylight, as you know, between Donald Trump and Speaker Ryan on policy. Just hours before the meeting, Trump called for a hike in the federal minimum wage, not exactly in step with Speaker Ryan's agenda.
No, and they're not in step on a number of economic issues, and if he's now saying that he wants to raise taxes, I think a number of Republicans would have a problem with that. He's taking a populist message to the people. It's been very successful so far in the primaries. Well, we have to see where his positions actually settle out because they change a lot. But if he actually becomes consistent with a number of policy positions that we can actually, figure out, then I think the party can see, well, where do we match up? Where do we, where can we then take that as a big tent party into November and all run on, various forms of that conservative / populist brand. But, at this point, we're still trying to figure that out, and it's going to take a little time to do that.
Well, Kevin, I wonder, you've known Paul Ryan, you've worked with him extensively. Is it possible that he doesn't endorse Trump between now and November?
I think anything is possible. I think he wants to. He wants to at least support him. I don't know that it'll ever get to an endorsement. He wants to be. He wants a Republican Party that's unified as much as it can be. But that's up to the GOP voters. That's up to his caucus members. That's up to his own gut to decide. And honestly, it's up to what Donald Trump does. If Donald Trump changes his tone, if he becomes consistent with his policy, if he stops engaging in conspiracy theories, I think maybe he does get to a place where if it's not a full endorsement, at least it's it's a support, or it's at least they're not attacking each other. So we don't know yet, and I think time will tell.
All right, Kevin Sheridan on the GOP and its attempt to be a unified-ish party. Kevin, thanks so much.
Thank you.